Now live and on lockdown.
Are you ready?
Broadcasting from Edinburgh, Scotland and across the globe.
Listen here.
You're listening to Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders podcast on Hearts on Live Radio with your host, Fraser Ramsay.
Hi, this is Afialitha from KingdomBeats.com. Proud to be a sponsor of Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders on heartsonglive.co.uk.
Good evening and welcome to another edition to Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders on heartsonlive.co.uk, all the way from Edinburgh, Scotland. Yes, it's another Saturday, and it is literally the, second 2 weeks' time. It's the crunch time for Christmas shopping. If you haven't done it yet, I was guessing you get a move on. You've got next week and the week after, and then we're on to Christmas. And if you haven't done Christmas shopping by at least the 22nd, you're going to be struggling. It's going to be fun and games, and so it'll be mayhem. So I don't know, if you haven't done it yet, I would suggest you get a move on. Come on, it's time's ticking on. I still have some of my Christmas shopping to do. Got some of the things, and I need to start doing a little bit of shopping quite quickly and get it sorted. Plus, in the process of moving to a new flat, which is a new place, which I'm quite glad to be. But hey, that's the good thing about it. We've got to just all go. It never stops. I'm looking forward to a little bit of a break over Christmas period. But yeah, my guest tonight is Arron Rigden, all the way from Canada, but Saskatoon, and Saskatoon. Okay, I'm going to murder it every time I say it. I'm going to murder it, and he's laughing. But before we bring him on, I'm going to murder that. It's the sort of county it's in. And it's when I look at it, it's like Saskatoon, but Saskatoon, and I keep murdering it every time I say it. So I'm just going to say it's basically Canada. He's a country artist in Canada, and we're going to hear from him shortly. It is Christmas. I like to get the Christmas tunes on. It's good to sort of get into the mood. And the trusty, we're going to play Wizard, which could be Christmas every day. Maybe you do wish it would be Christmas every day. Maybe you're kind of not that kind of person. But I love it being Christmas. It's good fun. It's good to get in the mood and get the trusty Christmas tunes on, and just to kind of get in the mood, especially when you're playing Christmas tunes, wrapping your presents as well. So we'll get to Arron in a second, and as I say, we will have a great interview with his tunes. He's going to explain what the tunes are about and how you got into music, a bit about his life. Hey, a good old country singer from Canada. We'll find out in a second. So let's enjoy some Wizard, which could be Christmas every day.
Are you ready, children? Yes. When the snowman brings the snow, well, I just might like to know, put a great big smile on somebody's face. If you jump into your bed, quickly cover up your head. Don't you lock the doors, you know the treats
season's greetings from Heartsong Live Radio, Edinburgh's #1 online Christian radio.
And we're back. It's Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders, and we're about to kick off with my guest, Arron Rigden, all the way from Saskatoon, Canada. And so, welcome. How's your day going? What's been happening?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me on. It's great to be here. It's just
good to have
having
you,
a chat with you and getting together with the band right after this. So
sweet. That's good.
Things are rolling and going well.
So tell us about let's find out who Arron Rigden is. So tell us about life growing up. Where have was it always Canada, or was it?
Yeah, no, it was always Canada. I was born and raised in Abbotsford, BC.
Okay.
And, went to school, grew up there. My dad, my father's actually from Leeds, out your way. So
sweet.
I've got some family and relatives out there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're listening, hello to y'all. Nice
to the Rigden family, welcome. Merry Christmas.
To be in touch.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's good that you've got family over here, which is great. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I think my parents actually were just out there a couple months ago, and moved to Saskatchewan about almost 7 years ago now.
So recently, right, okay. So not that long. So what made you move to Saskatchewan?
No, I haven't.
Sorry.
My day job at first.
Okay.
Yeah. Funny thing was, I actually, when I lived in BC, I actually played in a rock band, and didn't start doing country music till I moved out to Saskatchewan.
Okay. Well, tell us about life growing. So obviously you lived in I can't remember, something British Columbia. Obviously, I guess the BC.
Abbotsford, BC.
Yeah. I'm going to murder these names all night. I can tell. I'm never hear the end of it. So it's
okay. They'll forgive them.
No. So anyway, that place, I was BC. Yeah. So tell us about growing up. Obviously, you were born in Canada, yeah?
I was born in Canada. Yeah, born in BC, and I think just a pretty typical childhood. School, sports, activities,
cool,
that kind of stuff, and didn't really start playing music until high school.
All right, okay. But you more when it comes, because I suppose Canada is more like ice hockey and all that. Were you into a hockey person at all?
Hockey is the big sport. It's not our national sport, as a lot of people think. It's actually lacrosse, but it's if you live in Canada, you gotta like hockey.
Okay, do you like hockey?
I love hockey.
Okay, that's good. Like if you said no, we go, what? I've known you for.
I can't lead in that and then say I don't like hockey.
You'd be going, hang on a minute. I thought you liked hockey all your life. Since when did? But yeah, anyway.
Oh yeah, the thing from my childhood. I remember just sitting down with my dad because he would watch it every night hockey was on.
Because we've actually, are you quite big at soccer? Well, soccer is it quite big in Canada?
No, not like it is in Europe. I mean, soccer's huge in Europe, so it's not definitely not as big out really across North America.
Yeah, because we've got a few Canadian, my team I support, we've had lots of Canadian players over the years. We've actually got a Canadian player actually. Oh. Yeah. I've forgotten his name, but
who's team?
For Hearts of Midlothian in Edinburgh. And we actually do have links with Legion.
My dad.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just said my dad's is Leeds United.
Yeah, no, Hearts have actually. We used to have a player called Henry Smith. We got the goalkeeper from Leeds United way back in the 80s. So yes, a long time ago, Leeds United Football Club, and we got the goalkeeper Henry Smith. He's now a Hearts legend, kind of thing. So, but anyway, enough about soccer. Let's talk about you. So when you started playing music, tell us about your music career, how you kicked it off.
Yeah, it was a grade 8. A buddy of mine played guitar, and so we started hanging out, and he showed me a few things on guitar, and just kind of never stopped from there. It's always been it's always been a big passion of mine. I used to be quite bad, and would only sit at home and play at home because it was terrible. But it's one of those things. If you love it, you keep going and you keep trying to get better. And here I am today. So
when did you discover? Obviously, you're learning music, so you're learning to play. When did you start to realize you obviously there's not everybody who plays music or plays a guitar or plays an instrument has a singing voice. So when did you think your voice developed as well?
It's for me. It's never been there's some people where they just have a natural gift to sing or play, and for me it was never that way. It's basically been a lot of hard work, and I did a year of vocal lessons and learned some good tricks from there. But even today, it's something I work on daily. I'll play and work on my voice and constantly trying to get better and better. So it's, you just got to keep at it and eventually, hopefully you get there.
That's good. So, tell us about the rock. What was your first sort of, you got a band that was a rock band? You got into rock music and things, or your first kind of, when you started to, or what was have you been in many bands, or was it just the one band you started, or?
No, it was just the one band before. We were called The Trip, and we honestly weren't very good. We played a few little shows, but it was just fun, learning how to play with a band, because it's quite a different thing from just playing solo to playing with a band, and everybody's got to be in time and hit all the right changes. So it's a bit of a learning curve, and I think that was, like I said, we weren't great, but it was a good learning curve, and I think it helped a lot for where I am now, for sure.
So how long were you in this band for, the rock sort of band? And
we played probably a couple years. Wasn't all that long.
Right. And after you finished, what did you do in between, or did you go anywhere else, just have a break?
So in between, that was sort of when I was transitioning to moving out here.
Okay.
To Saskatchewan. So didn't play for a while, and then when I moved out here, I basically came out here. I didn't know anybody, and got in with the country music scene and started meeting some people and getting involved in the Country Music Association here, and really, I mean, it ended up being a really good move for me to come out here, because things have just taken off since that time.
Sweet, that's good. So tell us about work, job wise. I mean, when did you leave school and start your first job, or what kind of did you study, or did you go to university, or what did you do?
Yeah, so after high school, took a bit of time off. A buddy and I moved up to Whistler in BC, which is a well-known ski hill. So we were ski bums for a year, and then went to college for computer sciences, and don't work in that related field at all now.
You ever find that a lot of people go to university, they'll study a subject, they can't get the job in the area, and they'll just do something completely different. And they think, why did I just go to university for the sake? Why did I just spend 4 years or whatever doing that when I'm not using it? It's like weird.
And I also, several years later, I went and did all my Coast Guard training.
Oh, right.
And that was right when, the world's economy, about 2008, everything collapsed, and there was no jobs for the Coast Guard, so I had to go and find something else to do.
So you're doing your Canadian version of Baywatch, yes? Kind of, less lifeguard more, but you know what I mean, almost.
less bikinis.
Less red swimming trunks and running around the beach and going, are we ready?
And we don't do slow-mo shots.
Brilliant. Well, that's a shame. Well, I suppose I think about 2008, that's when I started my business, and I started doing cleaning. And I suppose the kind of industry that's never, people always want cleaning, it never seemed to be an issue, but everything else went belly up basically because everything crashed. But so basically, you obviously can't get a job. So what did you get a job in?
Yeah, so now I work in the telecom industry. So we do fiber optic work for telco companies, and that's kind of what brought me out here to Saskatchewan.
Ah, right. So you don't say. I'm guessing you're not that old. You must be what, 30s, 40s? You're not 40s. You're not 40s, are you?
I'm 45.
You're 45. You're older than me, Jings. You don't know. Must be doing something wrong.
I mean 32. That's what I meant to say.
32. I think, guy, good grief. Get older than me. Well, I must be doing something wrong. I'm grey as a bald and grey. It's crazy. It's not. I'm not. It's just like, never mind. But yeah, anyway, that's cool. So telecommunications, and you obviously, by being in telecommunications, you're working away and you always got to have a social life. So I'm guessing the country music scene kind of fell in your lap a little bit.
Yeah. It was. I went out and sought the people, and now out here I've got just a great community of friends and people that a lot of them are involved in the country music, and a lot of them are just fans of country music.
Were you a country music fan before, or did you really like it, or did you sort of think, oh, good grief, it's country music?
No. I, like, even when I played in a rock band, I always liked country music. I always, I like all sorts of music. I listen to a wide variety of stuff, but I don't know what I guess it's. I'm not sure what it was that clicked. Sort of when I made that move, that's where I really dug my feet into.
I find it. I actually enjoy more the country music now, which I listen to, than it was before. If you know what I mean, because it. Yeah.
It's changed a lot. I mean, country music just kind of seems to keep evolving, and there's it's such a diverse genre these days, and there is a lot more of that poppy feel, which I think a lot of people are drawn to. Especially
you've got your Carrie Underwood, you've got that kind of you've got that artist. She's very good country style, and it's what you say, the poppy kind of style, which seems to make it work better than it was in the past. When you listen to country music and you kind of like, good grief, go and just turn this off. But now it kind of now. Hook is great. It's that kind of poppy rock kind of country. It's catchy. It really gets you going. It's not like the country music your granddad or someone would listen to while they're sort of having a cup of tea.
The twang era, I guess that would be.
I guess drove you up the wall a little bit. So end of the day, I like. That's why I like the music. It's really catchy and it's really kind of upbeat, gets you moving if you're listening in the background. And it's so much better than what it was, It's better than what. So you've obviously got into the country music, but we'll get. When did you start wanting to write music, or when did you want that kind of thing? So we're going to lead up to your songs. We'll start talking about your music and the background for your songs and stuff. But when did you start thinking about writing songs, or who kind of gave you you got into the country music? Who gave you the bug, or can you say, listen, you're going to start writing a song or developing?
Yeah, and just general songwriting. I probably started in my early mid-20s, and just songwriting for whatever, and then once I got out here and I really started doing the country music thing, I started taking it a little bit more seriously and really sitting down and working on my songwriting ability and co-writing with people and things like that. So probably in the last 6 years or so is when I really kind of sat down and really started taking it a little more seriously and doing it a little more professionally.
Cool. So, what was your first song that you wrote and recorded, basically?
Oh God. I guess first song I recorded actually it's not on this album. What was that song called? You know what? I can't even remember the title. It'll come. But I did record something before I did this album. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. But I think on this album, Gone was probably the first one I had finished.
Right, okay. That's cool. Well, we'll talk about the song. We've got a couple of songs we're going to talk about. We're going to come back after that. There's a couple of greetings and stuff too that people have sent us some voice greetings, Christmas greetings basically, which is always good fit this time of year. But before we go, what do you usually do? What's your kind of standard Christmas, Canadian Christmas, normal, kind of like anybody else, or do you do anything different over there?
I'm sorry, what's the standard Christmas?
Yeah, standard Christmas in Canada, is it the same like everywhere else, or is there anything something different?
I think it's probably fairly similar.
Yeah.
In my direct family, my parents would always have a open house on Christmas Eve, and so just family and friends come over and food and drink and just hang out on Christmas Eve. So that's always something since I was a kid that I actually probably look forward to more than actual Christmas Day is the Christmas Eve get-togethers that we'd have. But then, we have, Christmas morning, we open presents, and then we'll have a Christmas dinner with family and extended family. Sweet.
It's always good. It's always good to have that kind of nice family time and just chill. It's been eat lots of food and realise I don't want any more, please.
Undo the a couple notches.
I know, it's I don't know how, obviously I'm just thinking your Canadian Thanksgiving is earlier slightly. When is it? Is it October or something? Canadian
Thanksgiving is in October.
Yeah, so you've got American Thanksgiving, which is literally in November, but in a few weeks later they're going to be eating huge turkeys again for Christmas, and they must be really piling on. They must have this okay, we're not dieting for this month because we're just going to put it all back on, literally.
Yeah, I think we do it a lot smarter because we space it out. It's like, get your turkey, then you can get a bit back in shape, and then
exactly
eat more.
Exactly. We'll work it off and then go from there. So come January, it's not too bad. You don't feel so guilty. But yeah. But we're going to play one of your tunes. Let's just talk about one of your tunes. It's about Gone. So, tell us about Gone. Tell us about the meaning behind Gone, and just whatever. Tell us about what brought you to write that tune.
Yeah, Gone was. It's funny because I've got every song I've ever written or started written saved in a folder. And every now and then I'll go back through it and take a look and see if there's some stuff that can be developed more. But Gone was one of those songs I wrote. I used to go for drives a lot. I'll go for a long drive just to think about stuff and clear your head. And this particular night I was going on a drive, and it was rainy, crappy kind of night. And as I was driving, the first verse of this song kind of came into my head, and so when I got to the next town, I pulled into a coffee shop there and quickly wrote down the verse. And actually, I think I probably wrote down half the song before I headed home. But that's where that first line, it was a dark, I don't want to say a dark, stormy night. Sounds like I'm telling a horror story. But it was a rainy evening. And that's the first line, headlights blurred through the rain on the windshield, blowing by towns with names I had never heard. And, that's kind of where that came from. But this was one of those songs where it had a completely different chorus at the time. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really like it. So I put it on the back burner. And one day I was going through my old stuff and pulled that one out. And I liked everything else about the song, so I just scribbled out the chorus of it and rewrote the chorus, and now it's on my album.
It is. Well, we're going to play that. We're going to do a couple of Christmas greetings, and we'll play Gone with Arron Rigden, obviously the man himself I'm interviewing at the moment. So we'll be back after this.
This is Benita Charles from BenitaCharles.com, all the way from New York City. A special thanks to Heart Song Live for playing my music on their radio station. I'd like to wish everyone a happy holiday season and a happy new
This is Richard Lucas, leader of the Scottish Family Party. Just like to wish a happy Christmas to all the listeners at Heart Song Live and the Ramsay Unleashed Going Beyond Borders show as well. Happy Christmas.
This is Afialitha from KingdomBeats.com. Proud to be a sponsor of Ramsay Unleashed Going Beyond Borders on heartsonglive.co.uk.
And welcome back to Ramsay Unleashed Going Beyond Borders. That was Gone by Arron Rigden. Just a shout out to some of the people who support our show. We've got EileenSmith.com, who tests a lot of social media platforms. If you're looking to do social media, you can find Eileen Smith, which is ILEANE Smith. Find her on YouTube. You can watch her videos. The Geyer Cook from the Geyer Cook Report podcast. We've got John Drummond from Ideas Go Live, if you're looking for a website. And many other supporters. Kingdom Beads is the main one. Sponsors, if you go to quote Unleashed, you can get some 10% off some beads if you're interested in buying. They do male and female, and you can design your own, which is good. So you can contact Aoife Latham as well. She's the one who created Kingdom Beads, and she's also got her new course called FYL coming out shortly, Frame Your Life course, coming out in January with a book she's going to work through. So thank you for all the people who support us and what they do. So and there's For Humanities by Shannon Griffin and lots and more. So we thank you for them. So Arron, that was Gone. That was being played and gone. Pardon the bad pun there. You still survive? You still there? Still alive?
Still here. You betcha.
Yeah. Let's go to your next. You've got a couple of other tunes. You've got Small Town and Top of the World. Tell us about these ones, or tell us one of whatever one you're going to pick, Small Town or whatever. Which was next on your hit list?
Yeah, Small Town was the last song added to the album. It's a song I did a co-write with a gentleman named Alec Runyons, who is a country artist here in Canada. And we just got together one day. He came over. I kind of had the first verse for the song written down and had the idea for the song. So he came over to my place and we sat down and finished it. And it really, to me, this song is, I was born in BC and moving out to Saskatchewan. I have a lot of friends. There's a lot of really small towns out here of, 500 or less people. And talking with them, and they're growing up and just being out in the country. It almost felt like being from sort of a bigger city area that, I kind of missed out on something, and that felt really natural for who I am. So that's kind of, to me, that's what Small Town is about. It's almost about missing that point of growing up, of being in a small town and out in the fields and all that. So yeah, that's what we ended up with.
That's cool. Before we play that, and what about other songs? I know we've not got them to play, but you can talk about the other songs that you've written on. How many songs are actually on your album?
So it's a 6-song EP.
Cool.
So the 3 that you have here today, and then there's a song called, there's two kind of slower songs on there. One's called Still Loving You, and the other one is You and Me. And then the last song on the album, I think, which might actually be one of my favorites, is a song called Crash and Burn. Okay. So tell us, the Still Loving You, are these all about relationships or ex-girlfriends, or I don't know? Still Loving You is a little more personal. Yeah, it's just somebody that that I, basically the song's about being in a relationship and then that relationship ending and right. Trying to maintain sort of that friendship afterwards when, one person is moving on, but the other person is still kind of invested. That's okay. Yeah, so it's a bit of a heart kind of song. Yeah. So when did you? I met you through connection through Lisa Moen, who I met through Brent Mann. Kind of connected through, and he's not in Canada, but he's other kind of Canadian connections that I've got in Ramsay Unleashed. It's quite good. I've got Brent Mann, who I found from Lisa Moen, and Lisa Moen I connected with you, and there's a few other people. What was the feeling to really, once you completed all 6 songs and finally releasing your album, the feeling of that, just really like, oh crumbs, I've actually got a wee mini album here, so it's great, Yeah, it's amazing. It's one of those things where, you never really think you'll actually do. Mm-hmm. So for me, that was, it was huge to actually get to the studio, start recording. And, going through the process for the first time, man, you learn so much just that you didn't know you needed to know, to do an album. There's so many things you wouldn't even think about, to get, from the point of starting to actually having a finished product that's out for the public to buy. And then, from there, something that I never thought would happen was having my first single out to Canadian country radio. You play it on your station, so thank you for that. It played a little bit in the US. So, it's just, it's quite surreal, to be honest. And when you figured out you connected with some random guy from Scotland, you're thinking, that's nuts. Not nuts at all. I totally appreciate it. There's some random guy from Scotland want to connect with me. Oh no, let's run. So, I've heard country music in the last 5 years or so it's become quite big out.
There is a radio. Well, one of the main radio stations do a country show. I think it's BBC Scotland do it, but I think also one of the fourth. It's Bauer Radio, but it's the Bauer Network, but it's fourth. One of the fourth twos. They do. I think it's a Sunday night or something. There's kind of one slot area is country music, and they talk about it. So, and they do play. I can't remember what day it's on, but there's a show that does strictly country music and kind of thing. So, but this is cool. So let's we'll play Small Town, and you can talk about Top of the World afterwards. We'll talk, and we'll do that. So, do you want to, in fact, you can introduce your own song instead of me introducing it. So, I'll let you do that. So, okay, go for it.
Perfect. This is Arron Rigden on Ramsay Unleashed, and this is my song Small Town.
Well, back in a second.
Tonight we're gonna burn this town down. You always said you wanted more than dusty fields and shuttered doors, city lights and busy streets. Baby, that ain't what you really need. Can't see what you've been missing. Won't find this back road living out there across the county lines. Bonfires, it's a small town kind of life, just made for you and I can see the smile on your face, little look you throw my way, 'cause you know what, we got babies, everything that we will ever need. Can't see what you've been missing. Back road living out there across the county lines. Wheat fields and big old skies, water towers and big bonfires. It's a small town kind of life, just made for you and Can't you see the small town stars? When they shine the way they fall, you know it kinda takes your breath away. Lying here in my arms, you know you're gonna miss it someday. Can't see what you've been missing. Won't find this back road living out there across the county lines. Skies, water towers and big bonfires. It's a small town kind of life. Yeah, it's a small town kind of life, just made for you and I.
You're listening to Edinburgh, Scotland's must-listen-to podcast on heartsonglive.co.uk, your inspirational station.
And welcome back to Ramsay Unleashed, going beyond borders on heartsonlive.co.uk. My guest, Arron Rigden, all the way from Saskatoon, Canada. I'm not going to pronounce the other one because I've murdered it several times already in the show. So, Arron, where did you meet, like, Lisa Moore and all that? Where did you meet all these people? The country, kind of the country crew, if you want to call it that. The kind of the I don't know, the gang, I suppose.
Well, Lisa is actually in the same town as me. Actually, she doesn't live very far from me at all.
Cool.
Really good friend of mine, and yeah, we met in Saskatchewan. We have the Saskatchewan Country Music Association, which is the association that it's there to promote and help country artists in Saskatchewan, and we have a big awards show every year for Saskatchewan artists. So I got involved with the SCMA, and a little while after I got involved, I sat on the board of directors for a couple years and was vice president for a year. And actually, I'm the president of the Saskatchewan Country Music Association now. So I've dived in deep.
You have. So what does that involve by being the president? Just for the folk that don't know.
Everything. So, basically, like right now is a busy time because we're just getting our ballots out for our award nominations, which our award show happens in April.
Okay.
And, basically board meetings and just looking at ways we can help promote our artists and putting on events. And yeah, it seems to be a never-ending task of things to do.
Well, that's good. As I say, feel free, and as I say, we're happy to. Well, obviously you're the president, so you've got your finger on the big button, the red button, as you say, and you can eject people and say, "No, you're gone." See, but I don't know. Just talking rubbish there, talking complete rubbish there. But never mind. No, but as I say, we're happy to support what you're doing with all the. It'd be great to bring talent from the country music in Saskatoon. Your town where you live.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that one. You're gonna kill me. I'm never gonna hear the end of this. Never gonna hear the end of it. But
I'll email you a phonetic spelling of it.
But what I'm saying is, we're happy to support these people who obviously you're at the time you're promoting. So if we could get any music, we'll happily play their music and things on the show going forward, and support.
Yeah. And that's amazing. Like, you've been a great support, and to have somebody, for us that's willing to support us and play our stuff overseas is amazing. So we really.
No, as I say, for those who are listening to Arron being interviewed and me making a complete and utter mess of where you live, forgive me, and please forgive me. Sorry, no. What I'm going to say, feel free, we'd love to be able to support you. If you've got music, we'd love to be able to support you and listen and get you on and support what you're doing, especially when you come up to your awards. If it helps you whatever, and getting your brand out there into Scotland, we're happy to help. Please feel free and connect via Arron, Lisa Moen, or anybody else, and we've got great supporters. How do you find? Okay, here's our question: how are you finding the Ramsay Unleashed network? Even though how it's grown, I mean, how do you find it yourself?
Yeah, it has grown. I remember when we first started messaging, it was a handful of people, and I don't even know how many are on there now. It's crazy, but I mean, it's great for networking and finding people that you didn't even know were out there. It's a good little community for sure.
And I mean, for example, you've got Aoife Leatham. She's in. Well, there's a lot. You've got Brent, who's from Canada. You've got Aoife Leatham. She's in Toronto. You're in Saskatoon. Well, it's easier to say. There's you've got Lisa and all that. There's people who are in your neck of the woods, basically, which is great. Kind of. I don't know how far it is from Toronto to Saskatoon, distance-wise. I know the time difference is 2 hours. How long is it?
It's probably about a 3.5 hour flight.
Oh, flight. So wow, that's quite far. James.
Yes.
That's quite it's a fair try. It's a long flight so it doesn't seem such a long journey, if you know what I mean. But obviously it's quite a long journey for 3.5 hours. Wow. That's like flying to Spain or something from UK. It's kind of like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. That's quite a fair trek. Wow. Interesting. So yeah, but it's good to support Canada and things, and it's good to support what you all do. And as I say, we're happy to. If we can somehow support the awards or in some way or form, let us know. We'd love to be able to. If it gets whatever we can do, just give us a shout and chat to us about it. But we're going to go into you've got your top of the world song. So tell us before I keep waffling on and talking nonsense as I do most shows. Yeah, it's not about me.
It's better you nonsense than me.
But tell us about Top of the World. What's that all about?
Yeah, Top of the World. This song I co-wrote with another Saskatchewan artist, Scott Patrick, who's also in the band Wyatt. And this one is just, it's kind of a Top of the World. Just kind of a bit of a love song. You know, it's just when you find that perfect person and you just feel like everything is right and you're on top of the world.
There we go. Just like that, then, eh?
That's what all there is to say about that one.
Well, what we'll do before we play it, we'll tell what's your plans that you've got your album out. You're obviously promoting. It'll be a bit more promotion due to the awards. It's an EP, as I say. What's your plan going forward? Do you have like a goals to set? You want to do like a bigger album, more songs, or what's your kind of thinking? More duets or co-writing, etc.
Yeah, a lot more co-writing, absolutely. You know, it's such a different industry these days than it used to be, and I don't have an album idea for the future, but I'll probably be doing singles. You know, just and in this day and age where you have iTunes and all of the online streaming and stuff, it seems to be a direction that a lot of independent artists are going, because it's just a lot less expensive to do it that way and just promote singles and then you know, pile them into an album maybe down the road at some point.
That's good. So you're hoping. So have you got anybody? Like you said, you're going to be, after this interview, you're going to practice for your band. Is that the people you use for your current album that you got out? Yeah.
No, my album was actually recorded the instrumental was recorded in Georgia in the United States. Okay. And then I did all the mixing, mastering, the vocals here in Saskatoon. So, you know, and that's another aspect of, you know, sort of the modern age, is where you can, I never went to Georgia, and we just kind of communicated on the phone and online, and they did all the music for it, and then basically sent the tracks up here, and we finished the album up here. So it's kind of a really cool time to be able to do stuff like that, because you have so many options. You're not as secluded.
Right, that's good. So what we'll do is we're going to play Top of the World, then you can talk about where people can connect with you and buy your album. Yep. Obviously we'll have where people can connect with you on the show notes on the podcast as well. So people can listen to any time, anywhere. If they've missed this live show, they can listen to the replay, even when they're listening to this. So we're going to play Top of the World, and we'll come back with Arron, and I'll let you introduce your own song again. So on you go.
Perfect. Again, it's Arron Rigden, and this is my song, Top of the World.
Diamond shining on the 4th of July, like a ray of light breaking through the storm outside. Yeah, your eyes and your kiss
welcome back to Ramsay Unleashed, Going Beyond Borders on heartsonlive.co.uk on Saturday the 8th of December. And we have been interviewing Arron Rigden all the way from Saskatoon, Canada. And I want to say a big thank you to him for being on the show. It's great to chat and talk about his music. So Arron, tell us what's your... Well, we did talk about your goals already. I just lost my train of thought there. We talked about your goals, what you're doing in the future. So, tell us about what you're doing just over Christmas. What's the weather? I mean, is it snowing? You got snow already in Saskatoon?
Oh yeah. We've had snow for probably almost a month now.
Wow, that's the weather here.
It gets cold.
It's cold. The weather here is kind of mild. It's kind of weird. It's going through funny phases. It's cold, and suddenly we get a bit of mild spell. So it's not really getting snow yet. It's just been kind of a bit of frost, and it's bonkers the weather at the moment over here. It's crazy. Not really snow yet. So
we're minus 18 this morning.
Minus? What did you say? Minus what?
Minus 18 this morning.
That's 18 Fahrenheit.
No, Celsius.
Celsius?
Minus 18 Celsius.
Oh, that's good. You do Celsius? Minus 18? Can you... I'm going to say feeling... Can you feel any part of your body? Probably not. But...
that's just Saskatchewan winter for you.
Well, we use a phrase over here. Well, I won't say it, we use a phrase called... It's kind of cold and it's brass monkeys, but you could freeze the of a brass monkey. We'll leave that one there. So because it's cold enough, and brass monkeys looking for welders. But that's the kind of saying. But minus 18, you're kind of thinking, good grief, minus 18. Oh, that's
okay. It's going to get really warm next week. It's supposed to be minus 5. So
you must be thinking, I'll just go and I'll just spend about 3 hours before I go to work defrosting my vehicle. Hang on a minute, at minus 18.
Oh yeah.
Good grief, that is wow. Woohoo! But so what? Give us we've got about 4 minutes before we close out. So give us a bit of a close out message. What you're doing for Christmas? Shout out to anybody you want to shout out to, and just where people can connect with you, basically. Okay.
Yeah, for Christmas, actually, I'm staying home in Saskatchewan this year. Normally, I go back to BC, but just didn't get the time off this year. So I'll be spending my very first Christmas in Saskatchewan since I moved here. And just give a shout out to my family. I think my parents back in Abbotsford, BC, are listening. So, Mom, Dad, how you guys doing? And all my family, friends in BC and across Canada, and shout out to all your listeners. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it.
So where can people connect with you if they want to, purchase your album or get in touch with you to do duets or whatever with you?
Yeah, you can get, my album's on all the standard sites, iTunes, Google Music, all the streaming sites as well. You can also go to my website, which is www.arronrigdenmusic.com. And for whatever reason, I have a weird spelling, so it's ARRON, not the standard AA. Or go to my Facebook page, which is also just Arron Rigden Music. And same thing for Twitter and all that stuff. But you can get the album. I think there's a link on my website as well to take you to a download for it.
Cool, fantastic. Well, it's been great having you on the show. It's been fantastic, and it's been good. I hope I've not scarred you for life, really. I've got to go get therapy now.
It's been a pleasure.
No, it's been great. It's been good fun. I'm glad I managed to get you on. It's been a while. It's been a kind of long time coming, really. So it's been good to get you on. And as I say to people who are listening, any other country artists, we'd love to have you on and talk to you about your music and stuff, and play your tunes as well, and support Arron as he's president of the country music scene in Canada. And obviously we support you guys when you come up to your awards, which is good, which is fantastic as well. So, and also we're in the process, we're going to publish it soon. We're creating this Ramsay Unleashed Going Beyond Borders compilation album with different artists from different genres. And Arron's going to be a part of that, which I'm grateful for. So this is to try and bring the local artist to the global scene that people would just not generally know about you, which is going to be exciting. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
So it's an experiment. It's trying. It's never been done before, I don't think. So let's. If in anything, music in any industry, you've got to try it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you go to the next thing. Which is the good thing about it.
Yep. You can always try again.
Exactly. Well, I suppose like in music, every song you do is going to work, and you have to do another one that was maybe better than another, and so on. It's all about trial and error, really, with music.
Exactly.
Well, I'll let you do my quick. Just say anything random. I'll let you don't say random, but just say anything. You can close out the last 30 seconds. Just don't say it like I did last time. The pre-test. I said, just say something random. I'll say something random. No. And we're doing the test record.
No, just want to wish you and all your listeners a very Merry Christmas, and hopefully everybody has a good holiday and a good New Year, and go out and spend some time with family. That's what it's about.
There we go. There we have it. And you, everybody who's listening, have a good one wherever you are in the world. Have a great weekend, a great time preparing for Christmas, and we'll catch up with should be a show next week. Yes, I need to actually get my kind of sorted, but enjoy and have a great weekend wherever you are in the world. Bye bye now.